I'm on live now.
You're on there?
Yeah. Hello, everyone. I hope everyone's having a good day so far. Hey, Andrew, how's it going? Are you doing well? Hey, Austrian Stacker, good to see you. Just turn my volume down. Hope your day is going really well. If anybody wants to come up and share. Hey, Alice Crew, good to see you. I'm going to have to block that, I'm afraid, Alice Crew. Hi, Jim Bone. Oh, thank you. And some flowers for Zoe. She'll love them. Austrian Stacker to send you some flowers.
Oh.
She says, oh, thank you. I'm decorating my kitchen. That's a good thing to do. We've just had our plumbing done, our pipes mended outside. And so the builder's around doing that. So I'm going to put a link in there. That's all right, my friend. It's all good. I get exactly where you're coming from. So I can turn that off, can't I? Don't need that one on. Thanks for joining me today, guys. So I've been in isolation now for 4 weeks, and I've even put a notice up on my window, on the front window, and just seeing how everybody's coping with their lockdown, and if they're in isolation with an illness and that, and how you're coping, and what you're up to. Yeah, sure. No worries. Ready for another freaks lockdown. Yeah, I've got 12 weeks. 12 weeks. I've been in 4 weeks now. I think it's 4 weeks since I've done an outside. Since I've been outside, and just seeing what you guys have been up to, and you know what interests you're doing, and to keep your mind occupied and stuff. Actually, let's just get this. It's great to see you guys. Thank you for coming in. I'm only on for an hour or so, so I'll try and do this every day to see how everyone is. Hey, Darren, I'm doing well, thank you. Nice to see you, Diddles going digging. Thank you for stopping by. If anybody wants to come up, hi Platinum, good to see you. Here's Smithy. That's really kind of you, Alex. I sent you a message saying that I'm going to buy off you to get the end of the month, keep my mind occupied. If you don't know, I don't know if you can still do links. I'm not sure if you can. Hi, Reef. Good to see you. If anybody wants to have a chat and how they're coping with their lockdown, just please come on up and want to listen to what you're doing and what you're up to, and how you're coping with the long extension. Hi, Vern. Good to see you, my friend. Thank you for stopping by. I mean, I was actually going to do some paints, do more painting before the lockdown, and I thought, should I go and do? Should I go and buy some paints because I've kind of run out of certain colours? And I thought, nah, I'll just leave it another week or so, and then boom, I get 4 weeks shut down, a lockdown, and now another 12 weeks kindly sent from the government to stay indoors for the next 12 weeks. So if anyone wants to come up and have a chat about their lockdown, you know, try and keep it happy, and always nice to coin collector. Oh, I love collecting coins. I've got tons of them. I'm trying to go through them, but I start something and mine goes off wandering around, you know, going stir crazy, and then right back at you from New Jersey. Lots of beer drinking. I'm still. Yes, 12 weeks. I've done 4, then I was told to do another 12. So 3 months. So what's that going to be? August by the time I get out of here. It's nice to actually see Austrian Stacker or everybody else doing outside videos. Well, that's pretty cool. What do you like collecting? Yeah, climbing the walls, just scratching at the walls. I feel like the Jurassic Park dinosaur, just waiting to get out. It makes you kind of think that what's around you and what you take for granted that you don't go and see that much. I mean, it's nice actually to actually do some metal detecting. I used to do metal detecting many years ago as well. Yeah, I reckon it's going to be a while because I don't know how they're going to. You just can't all escape and expect nothing to happen, you know? You're on 4 weeks as well so far. Yeah, oh man, it's just got to keep smiling and keep plugging at it. Every day to me is a Sunday, so that's how I'm thinking of it. Oh, it's Sunday today. It's Sunday today. Reminds me when I was a kid when all the shops used to be closed on a Sunday. Okay, like collecting unique coins. Is that like I don't know if you're US, but is that going to be like the peace dollars, mercury dimes, fee nickels and stuff, or the if you're English or anything else, it's going to be like the Roman cobs, Celtic coins and things like that. Yeah, that's a lot of roast dinners, man. I'll be rolling out the door, not walking. It's actually quite funny because the last day I did was actually was going to get do a roast chicken, in fact, and I this old couple, they went and got 2 trolleys and they actually took all the chicken, every piece of chicken, the chicken dinners, the chicken curries, the chicken frozen chicken, anything to do with chicken, they just emptied it into their trolleys. And this is before they had the restrictions on what to buy, so no one's like, everyone's there moaning at them, but not, you know, being passive aggressive. Oh, that's cool. I actually got so you mean something like this? I don't know if you're going to be able to see this properly. Because the camera on here is not that great. Is that okay? I keep going. Do you know what? I use my phone camera so much, I forget the camera's in the middle. So I apologise for that. I also can make coin. Oh, that's pretty cool. Silver Tanifer does that as well. He makes coin rings as well. Actually, am I in top chat? Should it make any difference? Yes, if you can make friends, that'd be awesome. Smith is in the basement. So, Smithy, are you coping with the lockdown? What are you up to?
No.
Thank you.
If I had any more hair, I'd be tearing it out.
So what are you doing with yourself while you're in lockdown? Because you're probably one of the vulnerable as well, I should imagine.
Not much. Laying there down watching videos, as in for YouTube.
I've watched so many films that I don't think I'll ever watch. I probably know them word for word now. Might go on a game show and do movies or something like Mastermind.
Well done, Dale.
Yeah, this coin here is there's a Britannia that goes with this one here, and I don't know if you can see it, but it's the reverse of the Britannia is supposed to be with dentatals on the edge, and but it's supposed to be flat and smooth, but they got the wrong reverse onto the wrong side. So and there was only 14,000 of these made, and they made another 36. You're learning a new skill. So Andrew Cooper's learning a new skill. Oh, okay, that's pretty cool. Learning the guitar. I tried learning the guitar once, and but my friend decided to take the guitar and never saw it again. So yeah, that's why it's a mule coin. Actually, on there's the certificate of authenticity. I don't know if you've ever seen any of these, but it tells you what the mule is at the back. Sorry, guys. Yeah, I'm in for another 12 weeks. I had my friendly letter from the government. Was it last Friday? Yeah, I'll tell you what song I was learning when I was playing the guitar was Social Distortion. The story of my life. Funny enough, isn't it? What a name. The story of my life. Oh, my days. And my friend borrowed a guitar, and I started to get actually into the riff as well. And my friend goes, "I'll borrow your guitar off you," and I haven't seen it since. I think it gives those ears a bit of a break.
See, what I'm trying to work out is on the other site, or where I got that from. I'm trying to work how they actually. That's supposed to be a jig, what they call a jig adapter, or jig adapter they call it. So that goes into the Medusa, into the RJ45. RJ45. But what I'm trying to work out is if they get jig adapter board, how they actually attach deal, because I can't see them having a connector, and on the pictures as in where I usually go, as in I don't like buying off the guy because I just don't like the guy, as in I've never have. I usually buy him off of JPG Industries, but I know that China is basically, because he That's all this lockdown. It would take longer to get this. It'd take longer to get them.
Where are you from, Smithy? It's from one of the nicest cities, which is Edinburgh in Scotland. Have you seen
Dale, I'm actually past Edinburgh. You get probably the main capital, but I'm actually Glasgow, which is further. It's further up.
Right, okay. That's nice as well, actually. There's Floyd. Nice to see you, Floyd. Another detector's got quite a few detectors in today. And lots of coin collectors, silver collectors. It's great to see everyone. Just want to know what everybody's up to in their lockdown and what they're trying to do and keep themselves occupied, and how you're coping, and all that sort of thing. Just trying to get ideas off everyone. If you're stuck inside, what do you get up to? I've done a stupid thing. I ran out of paints. And I thought, I know, wait till next week before everything shirts, everything's going to be fine. And what a big mistake that was. What's that? Tree of Life?
Oh, it's not a Tree of Life, but I mean, it says Sons of Liberty, it says on it.
Thank you, Vern. I appreciate that. Yeah, you stay safe, my friend. Don't forget to wash your hands, keep clean, and the Austrian Stacker will send you a cookie.
They call that a commemorative, as in for America, as in that one. It's a bicentennial. It's bicentennial.
Oh yeah.
So that's
gold one.
That's what I'm saying. That's still in its sealed wrapper. Yeah, but that's a bit. I think about probably about £6 worth that on its own, and as in that, and then you get that. That's a £5. That's about £5 worth as well. So that's what I'm saying.
Hold on, buddy. So what you guys doing? You still out detectoring? You still doing? Are you still allowed out in your area? And what's it like where you are? That's a pretty cool coin.
That's what I'm saying. I got a whole load of stuff off of Lemon well before Lemon disappeared. But Lemon disappeared because his health took a dip. That's why it disappeared. That's why I just want
to find out what people are up to with their lockdown, what they're doing is, what you're up to and everything. And just trying to, if anybody wants to know, different things like drawing, doing craft work, painting, decorating, doing things that, they've been putting off for the last God knows how long, and then now they're getting around to doing it. Has it been beneficial for you? Has it not been beneficial?
There's nothing you can actually do because half the shops is shut. So there's only certain shops that shut. The pharmacy you've got to actually you've got to get in one or twos at a time. The pub's shut. There's no football on, and half the betting shops are shut. So what is there actually to actually do?
Well, I've been actually drawing. I've been doing some sketching. Hey, Phil Guy. And he's yawning. I'll drop a link. If anybody wants to pop up, they can pop up and tell me about your day and what you're up to. And it's not about me. It's about what have you been putting off stuff, and it's giving you a chance to do things. And a few, obviously, when people putting out different with their living with nobody around, you can actually see the architecture that you may have missed. And because that music, I mean, if you've seen Austrian Stackers videos, his late night videos are absolutely amazing.
No, I'm trying to work out what you want for your next packet. You said that you think you wanted as in get a packet as in the end of the month. I'm trying to figure out what you actually want in the pack, what you want in the packet. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Yeah.
Because you could have a
surprise
bag.
At the end of the day.
You have a surprise bag, which is a mixed one, which has got there's a couple of USA coins in it, as in for the mixed one, or you could have one that's actually just full of as in full of USA currency, and I can make it up to the value of the £15. So you get half of it, like what I done with Andrew.
If you can hear some noise in the background, Zoe's working. Lauren's doing something. So Lauren's tidying up, in fact. So that's really cool of her. And she's going stir crazy as well because she normally works in a restaurant. So that's shut. So she's going stir crazy. And yes, they are. They are really, really interesting. And I watch all types of YouTube videos, everything from science, space to outdoors to all sorts of things. And I've got a few people to catch up with. What I like also is silver stacking, silver pouring, collecting and stuff. But this is not about me. I want to hear what you guys are up to, what you're doing in your area, how you're coping with your lockdown, and have you been putting up, like Andrew Cooper said, I've laid some slabs in the front garden. Have you been putting it off for a while? Have you been going, I'll be doing it in a minute? Men are like, I'll do it in a minute. I'll do it in a minute. And a minute turns into like 6 months later. Or you got your wife or partner going, I think that this needs decorating this week. Yeah, I'll do it then. I'll do it. And suddenly you got time to do it, and it's just do it. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is what I want to, like, how you're coping, how it's affecting you guys.
I've not got my letter. I've not got my, if you got a letter deal, I haven't got mine's yet. I didn't get mine's.
Yeah, I got mine. I got my beautiful letter from the government. And I get. Do you know how many texts I get a day from the COVID-19? He's had slabs about 10 months. This is what I'm saying. It's actually quite comical. And so I bet it looks amazing now. So he's had his slabs for 10 months, and he just finally laid them down. But yeah, I get about 4 or 5. I had a charity phone me up yesterday to see how I was doing and if I needed anything. And Phil, are you coming up? Austrian Stacker, do you want to come up? Floyd Detectorist, would you like to come up? Just hit the link. And bad back now. She gives you 3 months to recover. What sort of stuff you put in your back? I had a bad back, and they told me to put some chili. I had to go to the pharmacist, and they said, I'll use a TENS machine. I used the TENS machine, no effect whatsoever. And they said, I'll put this chili cream on your back. My God, I'll tell you what, it just matted my skin. I'm just checking out some different coins on the active day, and there's some amazing ones. I bet they are amazing. It'd be surprising what you find. Alex, what's that you're showing now, Alex? Just do it and I'll present you.
It was another commandment. It was another commandment of, as in, but I think it's got a different. You get a different on the back it.
That's a pretty cool point.
So you got one with the horse with two guys. And then
Shall I tell them what you're trying to do, Alex? What you're trying to get across?
What we're trying to do we're trying to promote a 15 surprise bag, but I've got that many coins, as in different American coins, as in which could be all different prices, as in a different coin. But what we're going to do is try and make up like a £15 surprise bag, as in for the UK. So the more the thing we, as in as it goes on, you've got all different coins at different times. So there might be like maybe as in one of them, and it'll be a mixed bag, and every time you buy one, there'll be something else different in it. So every one of them will be different as it goes along. This is the whole idea, to get it out there, because it means then that I can then, the more coins that I sell, it means then that I can buy more or restock or replenish stuff. Because I know somebody to go to, as in I know a certain person that will ship, because two guys in particular were like, why are you sectioning Alec out for buying in this auction? And he's like, he's a good buyer, he's a good payer. And then he opened it up for us. But I've been told all I need to do is basically email the person and when I'm ready. But there's no point in me buying more coins if I've got a lot of coins here than now. There's no point in me keep buying more coins all the time. And I just don't have the money now, because obviously because of the situation that's happened. As in, I didn't expect them to say, well, we're going to stop your money, or they're going to take that money that I was using for buying coins away. I didn't expect that. It just happened.
Yeah, Alex is definitely a Scottish guy. And if anybody wants to come up, just come up and tell us about, what you're doing, what you're up to. So Andrew Cooper's now on decorating the kitchen. So he's got no rest of the wicked, and that's with a bad back. So we've got some messages coming through. I shall take that off a second. Sorry about this, guys. If you don't know anyone, I'm pretty sure you all do. Just yeah. This is weird. My phone's going all funny. Be glad to get back to work. Are you going back to work next week? I don't know if he was on a live stream the other week when I was on Stax's stream. My friend came round and he knocked on the door, and he was saying he had COVID, and he goes, he's going to die in 2 weeks. He gets so paranoid with stuff, and but he wanted to go to work, and he doesn't want to be at work, and it was actually quite funny. Have you found any coins in your collection? Have you found any favourite coins in your collection, Dale, out of interest? Actually, in my British coins, the ones I do actually like collecting personally is the old pre-decimal coins and Roman coins and cobs and stuff. I've got a few Roman coins to go through. I'll just grab these out my cabinet by chance. Watch this. This is all going to go pear-shaped. Hang on a second. This is all going to go pear-shaped.
That's so weird, Dale. That's like the same as me. As in Dingway, it's not the sort of modern coins, what we've got now. It's more the Dingway, as in the predest. That's exactly the ones that I like. The predestimal, as in before.
Was anybody on Larry's stream yesterday? Because Larry had a Roman coin, and he was showing a Roman coin, and I said to him, with the Roman coins, this is like I like collecting myself. I've got quite a lot of Roman coins I've got to figure out. I don't know if there's anybody else into Roman coins and ancient coins and Celtic coins and things.
I used to watch Mobile Coins stream, and then all of a sudden I stopped watching his stream. I don't know why. I don't actually know why. I still have him as in subscribed to him, and it still comes up with notifications. I just don't.
He's changed his format now. With Roman coins, if anybody is going to be interested in these, I do. You can go on to obviously all sorts of sites and stuff, and look at different coins to try and get an image. But in some cases, I was saying to, I kind of made a mistake when I was when I was chatting, but the point I was trying to get is in different years of the Roman Empire. Sometimes it would be 4 emperors, not empires, 4 emperors. Sometimes it was 2, and sometimes it was 4. And so it depends where that coin was around, because some coins were so vast and so highly minted. Some could be worth X amount of pounds, and some could be worth a penny. And he is. You're right, Alex. He's a great guy, and I have a lot of fun. Oh, lunchtime. But yeah, out of interest, my favourite coins are the pre-decimal and ancient coins. I do have quite a lot of current coins, which I've collected, but it's not the sort of thing that I just do that out of interest and what I collect. If I haven't got the date, I'll stick it in my collection. I like collecting silver. I've got some crackers. I'll just close the door. Oh, she? You all right, Lars? Yeah. Sorry, guys. I don't know if you noticed, if anybody was in the stream yesterday, mine and Stax' stream. I'm doing a one for Sunday. There's Jeeping John.
Good morning, kind sirs.
Hey, how's it going?
Just up and
it
out, baby.
How are you?
I'm doing good. There's my favorite Scotsman up there too.
Yeah, he's here. Good to see you. Sorry, I haven't been in your streams for a while. Just I've been on lockdown, and Zoe. I obviously go out to work with Zoe normally, but when you come online, it's just when we leave. So apologise for that. And now I can come into your streams.
I know life happens. But no, I just
good to see you.
It's good to see you too, buddy. I saw you were on. I got on this morning because I'll be streaming here a little later. Go back up through quarters, man.
All right, lad. So my daughters are walking in with her crackers.
Hello, daughter.
She's just a bright red now. Getting on that side, she'll stop traffic.
This virus and everything, the outbreak. I know everybody's tired of hearing about it, but the great thing about it is people are actually getting to spend time with their family, even though you hate them. you get to spend time with them. You actually find out a little more of what their daily lives have been going like, because in the busy world that it is, it's a good reflection of like, hey man, you don't how much time you actually get to spend with your family now, which has been really nice. And I think the world itself is going to see a different way of doing business too. I mean,
it's a chance to slow down, rewind.
Mm-hmm.
What people take for granted is, and then people going, I think kids will miss their friends and expect, realize school is more important than rather than just going there.
Yeah,
it's actually time to actually. I mean, I'd be crazy to go back to school if I was a kid. You know what I mean? I mean, you get the 6 weeks holiday, but when you're out for a year, I don't care about the economy. That's not my problem. Do you know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody's in the same boat as that.
Mm-hmm.
But it does give chance for people to slow down, reset, and value what's around you. And then also get things done that you've been putting off for ages, like Andrew. And,
but it is nice to catch up on things at home. You're not as stressed. And I tell you what, businesses are going to look at the way they're doing things differently, as far as like even corporations, the cubicle stuff. Just going by computer components here right now, a lot of stuff's off the shelves because a lot of people are working home, and business might even see that. Look, they're more productive actually at home because they don't have the over eyes looking at them and, you know, constantly looking, you know, down there.
Yeah.
Because, you know, it brings a whole nother level of stress at work and stuff.
Especially when you're being watched all the time and
I always feel like,
you
know, well, why are you up from your desk or whatever? They're like, you know, I gotta go to the bathroom. I'm sorry, boss man. You
haven't got to put your hand up to go to the toilet.
Yeah. So it's
I was going to show him this. This is the government letter I had.
Mm-hmm.
And the categories you've got to be in. There's 6 categories, and this is a list. This is the list of diseases that you get. I'll try and present it a bit better. This is what they've given you as what you. I'm still new to this, so this is the list of the high risk.
Yeah.
So you got 6 categories.
My work actually. My work actually is just all paperwork in case we got pulled over by the police. We can show them, look, we're an essential part of the economy, and you know that's what we're out.
What do they do? So, because like in America, you haven't just got your normal police; you got your state troopers and your sheriffs, and you know we just like have one police force and that's it. So if we get pulled over, say blah blah blah. You know, that's it. But when you've got to go through mainly 3 types of officers.
Yeah.
So if you're out doing, like you shouldn't be, say, traveling to tow a boat down to the beach or something. Hey, America Silver Patriot, good to see you. Carrots collects. And you go, that's 3 explanations and 3 fines, surely, isn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Potentially.
We'll try to catch up on chat. It's a bad thing about using your cell phone. You have to actually go to other screens to see what's going on.
It's good to see you. I haven't seen you for a while.
Yeah,
the list of diseases. I don't know if anybody's going to get this, but the first one is solid organ transplants, and that's my first category I'm in. Then people with obviously chemotherapy, any type of cancers, chemotherapy, and that's what I've got. And also
anything that breaks down your immune system, you
COVID.
Don't do anything.
Yeah, anything with COVID. But yeah, and obviously pregnant people, pregnant ladies and that, heart disease and things like that. It's just basically it covers quite a lot of things, but in a small category. But I'm in 1, 2, and 5. So I'm in 3 categories here. Not the pregnant one though.
It's a whole nother virus.
Yeah, imagine that. Actually, I don't imagine that actually.
The worst we got is
raise that thought. America Silver Patriot, do you want to come up? I'll put a link in. Need to check out more content channels here on here. Yeah, it's loads. I mean, there's quite a few here actually.
I'm one.
Yeah, Jeep and John is definitely a coin, silver, and everything collector. You ought to see his desk. He collects mess.
It's actually getting cleaned up. I just sent all my packages out and everything like that. So
you've done all that now, have you? Oh,
but
man,
right now it's the West Point coin search. Oh man, I've crushed it. West Point coins.
Oh yeah.
So I've found 1,184 so far since last week. That's pretty good.
How many do you reckon the mintage is going to be then? It's got to be over, a couple of million, surely?
No, it's 2 million of each series.
Oh, okay.
It's very low mintage.
That is very low for the whole United States.
Yeah.
And you've got 11,000 of them, so quid's in there.
No, I wish I had 11,000. Last year I found I know well over 4,000 last year that I was found. Like I said, it just released last week, Monday. Last week was the first West Point release, and yeah, I found 1,184 of them. Me and Dodger 455, which is my partner in all this. So we split. We order like 14, 15 boxes at a time, and we just split them. You know, and we just it's all pulled together. We split everything 50-50.
That's the best way to do it.
I can see is you're going to the right bank, or you're very near where they're actually minting the coins to actually bring
we
me.
Know someone who knows someone who knows someone.
No, Alexander, I've been to 8 states. I've traveled a long distances to pick up boxes of quarters. It's not like I'm just going to the bank right down the street here to do it.
Right.
And I network, you know, since last year I've networked so much and really tried to find coin collectors who do what I do to get these. You know, I've never, if I do get some West Points from somebody else, it's because I'm trading them certain other West Points to get those West Points. But I made a trip to Louisiana, Texas, Arkansas, Tennessee, Kentucky, Indiana, Ohio. I've been to a lot of states, a lot of ground pounding. My wife actually, then a little later on, another one got released. I didn't have time off work, so she actually flew to Texas to go look for more boxes. Yeah, it's we've put a lot of work into these.
It is a lot of work. I mean, it is. I mean, if nobody else is doing this, then you're going to corner the market, surely. And it will pay off eventually.
I don't think anybody in the country is doing it to the extent that we are.
That's extreme. That's not
the way Jeep's doing it. I like doing the same, but I like to buy them and then put a lot of small market on them, add a little bit of profit on them, and move them onto somebody else's collection or somebody else's. Like, I want them, Alec. So you've got it's better when you've got a list of people and they've said, I want this, and this, and then you can go down that list, and you maybe go to Edinburgh, you'll travel as in Bournemouth, Weymouth, all over the country, and you'll be searching for the ones that the list is actually, they've gave you in the list for you to tick off and say, right, I've got that. That's the bit I like doing. I like the searching them, as in trying to search for stuff for other people, because that's my whole idea, as in to help other people. I'm not here to make a fortune or to make millions of money. It's something that I like doing. I like searching for it. That's what I'm doing.
You're in the wrong business, Alex.
Yeah, exactly. I love doing what I do. It's a fun hobby, but I make a lot of money at it. A lot. I
mean, you're finding things that are going to be very rare. It's like I collect the 2017 coins, which is very, very low mintage, and I've got quite a few of those. I've got bags, unsealed bags as well, and sealed bags with coins in that will be. They're not worth anything at the moment, but they will be later on because they will be completely sealed. And it's we're in England, but when you're traveling across America to find something specific, and then you've got to take the time of unraveling, searching through, because I'm pretty sure you probably had more skunk boxes than you've actually had finds.
Well, actually, no.
Haven't.
Well, first and foremost, read your private chat, but don't say it out loud.
Okay. Ask no questions, tell no lies, basically.
No. Last year, we did not get skunk boxes toward the end of the year. Seriously. Almost every box had something we were looking for in it. And you can understand, we go through boxes upon boxes upon boxes, and we were really blessed to do that. So even my circulated boxes that I go through, like the other day, I went through a circulated box of quarters, and I don't usually do that. I ended up finding 5 West Points in it, 2 silvers, proof,
Hey,
and
fella.
some gold points in it.
Fellas, there's still.
And that's what I made in one day last
Wow.
week. If you look in your private chat.
That is just unheard of.
It's amazing.
Probably, do you know what I mean? I've seen people doing the coin rolls, not find anything, not find one thing.
Now,
and that's out of multiple. Even Suck, I remember Suck had a dry spell for about 2 months and didn't find one silver.
that was me and Halves. Now, Halves, I was getting through one bank, and finally, I ended up starting to open other bank accounts at other banks so I can get a different pool. Like we have one here, Chase, for example. Chase, the problem with Chase is they don't get new coin. So I don't order new coin from them because they use the same money's change that they get in from all their businesses.
Yeah.
They have their own plates where they wrap and row. They only use the armored truck companies to move their own product to their own bank. So they hire it's like, hey, go to our warehouse where we do our own, and our banks need these, and they'll deliver for them because they're more secure at delivering, right?
Yeah.
But that's the best place if I want to go through circulated to find silvers and stuff like that. When I get halves from them, I crush it. I mean,
Wow.
I ended up with like 2 rows of 40%ers with 90%ers. Dodger just went through a box the other day before the West Point started coming out, so we had to switch over back to quarters. He got 120 in a box. We're talking Benjis and Walkers too. Yeah,
Wow.
90%.
That is awesome.
Yeah, so yeah, I use different banks for different reasons. So, like I said, when we first started, we were using one bank to do all our coins and everything like that. We weren't, we mainly did nickels, believe it or not. And then, we started upping our game and we did halves. And, once in a while we we found a magic coin. I found 2 magic coins in 2 boxes back to back. I was like, oh my God, this is like so exciting. And believe it or not, a magic coin is like $15 for a magic coin, 25 bucks or something like that. So those are just cool to find anyway.
Were they empty, or were they empty, or were they full with something? No. Sometimes they have things in them,
like an SD card or something like that. But nah, they didn't have anything in them. I was like, oh. I was like, that would be really cool to be able to find something like that in it,
Oh, that'd be awesome to find it, because they just don't do it in halves, they do it in quarters, don't they? If I remember rightly.
Not half.
I think only in halves. Because they're mainly. I think Saka said they were mainly in 94s or 71s.
I've found them in Byzantine Hills and everything.
Oh, have you? See, yeah. I'm learning myself off other people. Maybe that's what he's found them in.
One of the magic coins that I've found over the time was double heads.
Really? Oh, wow.
The same date, and I forgot what year it was, but it was double heads. So it was
there he is.
Half.
Look, you don't want to find an SD card in your coins. Trust me. I had that privilege.
$100 bill.
Let me tell you, it raises a lot of hairs on the back of your neck and whether you actually want to put it in and find out what's on it.
Yeah, that's a bit of a dodgy experience.
I did do it. I did it.
Hector, good to see you. Thank you for coming by.
Oh, thank you.
I've done it with mobile phones. I bought mobile phones off my Egyptian boy and hang me as, and then there's been like 30 phones or whatever, went through a whole load of phones and found umpteen SD cards, names and addresses, contact numbers on them, and I'm like, I have to delete all that because it's data protection. Yeah. My own hobby, but it's like me selling them on eBay. I've got to take all that information out. I've got to delete it all.
Is that an English bulldog?
Woof, woof.
That's no bulldog. Woof. That's the star of his show.
That's Holly's.
Spuds McKenzie dog.
That's my
Or the
big-
Target dog.
Yeah, it's definitely very different. Yeah, it's very different. Actually, there was some news stories going around where someone was actually in their front garden, and the police come up. Some policewoman come up. I think Alex might have seen this, and asked what you're doing in your front garden. California.
There's
There's interest.
No, I saw one. There
Depends on
was a guy. There was a guy. And there was a somebody phoned up the police. Somebody phoned up the police. They were kicking in his door. And he was going on about the COVID or whatever. They were coming in without any gloves and masks on and all that, Carol.
Meet fellow contractors and live
Yeah,
streams.
there's a lot of that.
Yeah, there's quite a few. Just I don't know if you can still do links. I'm not sure what's happened with that. If anybody noticed that you can't go to different channels now.
If there's Dutch Silver Stacker,
Yeah, I've been meaning to watch his video to do that.
he did a video on how to be able to do that.
Yeah, I was
The way I
curious
do it, I
how
go
YouTube
into
changed
green.
that.
There's a thing that people can do, especially if you have mods on your channel, to make it easier for them. Show them how to do it, and they can. And once they do that, their names highlight green, and people can go boom, 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 and do the same thing. They can go straight to their channel again, and then they can just link to people.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to check that out
'Cause that
because
affects
really
a lot of
annoying.
network
it's really annoying,
It
and
is
I'm
annoying.
pretty sure YouTube
Especially-
did that to try and avoid people from just spam adding everybody because they had a lot of
Yeah.
that. But what the hell does it matter if their network is working? Let them do it.
Lux.
I think they're trying to downsize the operation. I think that's what they're up to. I think that's what they're up to, as in because there's so many videos going on to their system, they're trying to downsize the whole operation. I think that's what's going on.
I wouldn't be
Hector's
surprised.
here. What's going on, buddy?
So
Yeah,
how are you keeping them, Phil? How's your neck?
Oh, neck's good, man. Neck is solid.
What's
Oh,
attached
that's
to
good
it?
news.
God, that was already empty and useless already. So
I love you, Phil. I miss you, buddy.
Is
I
that,
tried. I
Yeah.
tried.
oh,
I told you, man.
um,
I'm dead serious. I'll come down there with $5,000. I don't care if it's a 12-hour round each way trip. I don't care. I'll come down there. Just show me where to go to get the box.
Well, if you're really serious about it, I'll talk to my buddy and we'll try to get we can get a special order put in for you.
Ooh, I like that idea. But yeah, I'm dead fucking serious, bro.
that's a better idea.
I'm literally driving to Boston Saturday morning just to go find boxes.
Now, yeah, ooh. Right. But
He's probably taking them all then.
well, you know, Phil, my big goal, toward the end of the last run is actually to be able to get a whole pallet.
Yeah.
All the money that we're making off this, we're rolling over to buy more and more boxes. I think we're over a quarter of a pallet purchase power right now.
Yeah, that's what, $50,000, right?
Yeah, 50,000 for a full pallet,
Yeah.
which is 100
100
boxes.
boxes. Yep.
And now you got to understand, my average is 56. Well, with the boxes we open, our average is 56.7 West Points per box.
Dude, I'm dead serious.
So
with
you
an
take
average
100
like that
times
right
50,
now, I would willingly
or 7.
plan for next weekend to start going down weekly. Dead serious.
So,
There you go. You got yourself a permanent customer.
well, I've sent a whole box. I've mailed a whole box off before to one person, and that took a lot for me to do to let that box go.
Well,
Because,
I mean, to
guys,
me, like, the
it's my
gas
bread and
prices
butter.
are so low right now. Why not take the trip?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
I don't like the network channels. I really want to grow. Is this not smart on my
The
part?
gas prices are just so horribly low right now. Like, for me to go to Boston, it's a little over 2 hours one way, and it's probably going to cost me $15 in gas maybe 20. So what's the difference if I go and do, a 10, 12-hour ride each way to your house?
Yeah. It's
What state are you in, Jeeps?
the
He's
West
in
Point
Kentucky.
State. No, I'm kidding. Yeah, I'm
West
in
Point
Kentucky.
He's in West Point, Kentucky.
I'm right down.
Which
I'm
state
right.
do you feel?
I'm about.
It must be at least one side of the country to the other.
I'm about 35 minutes away from Fort Knox, Kentucky,
Oh, okay.
where Fort Knox is.
I mean, because there's one about like, when I was in Texas.
Platinum, I don't need to travel anywhere. As in Dingme, I've got suppliers as in that Dingme that supply me from the USA. As in like these people here, I can fill up and all that car on.
When I was in Texas. My brother lived in Texas for many years. Now he lives in Philly.
I've been in contact with a
sort of
lot of people. They're not getting any right now.
Yeah.
Sorry?
I said I've been in contact, like I said.
What, in Texas?
Mm-hmm. Big state of Texas, baby.
My brother's supposed to send out a package this week, and he's going to throw some coins in what he's found as well. So he's not a coin collector or anything, because he just, just what he grabs and he just throws it in. So I haven't got a clue what's coming. But when I drove from Texas to Oklahoma, Dallas to Oklahoma to go and see Lake Texoma, and that was like an hour and a half drive there. So it is quite vast, and it was just a straight run. Like
there's a casino right there.
There's actually a house right in the middle of the border. It's a ranch right in the middle of the border, so they don't actually belong to Texas, and they don't belong to Oklahoma.
Yep, 12 hours and 35 minutes, 823 miles, Jeep. We can make it happen, right?
Meet halfway.
Here's my thought. Yes,
he's there going, maybe.
No, I can get by.
Yes, it would be exhausting, but for a 53 coin average, not only would that cover my cost in gas in the hotel, I wouldn't care. It'd be fun.
Yeah.
And Phil forgets his wallet, so he has to spend the coins he just bought off you, just put gas in.
Yeah.
Got some loose chains. Does these count? Like, imagine that.
It is. Since they just released all these things are going through quick. And we're not so quick as last year because businesses are shut down.
Yeah.
So my best box I found
awesome.
yesterday night. Now the best box for this year is 121 in a box that I found.
Dude, that's more than I found all of last year. Like,
well, I was on your stream when I found my best box last year.
Oh, I know. That was fucking insane. Every 3 seconds, I got another one. Got another. I'm gonna need another table.
Dude, you gotta understand. There was 199 West Points in one box.
It was bad, dude. It was like 1 o'clock in the morning. He was just like, I may want to go through this pile again. There's got to be one more that I missed in this.
Yeah, I know. Because I was like,
he wanted to break 200 so fast.
Out of interest, how much is a West Point quarter cost?
Look on eBay right now what they're going for individually.
Oh, I don't go on eBay. So eBay
$75 right now, right?
Huh?
Over
$5 for a West Point
right now, right?
Oh, I didn't hear you. We'll just say the average is $50.
Okay.
Okay. On a ballpark kind of price.
Yeah. Last week,
you got to think of the condition as well. So
they were going for like $80 plus.
Yep. Yeah, it was the first week. You're gonna go higher.
Yeah. Now they're still early discoveries, so they haven't bottomed out, but their average is around $20 to $25 each when
insane
until the next one comes out.
Yeah, growth channels. Growth channels are going to be hit hard.
The only thing that I can hope for with the, back in 90, what was it, 08? for that to happen because of the economy struggles that we're going to have. They'll lower the mintage because all the change is going to be put back into circulation.
Yeah.
If they do that, they'll smaller the run, and they're going to be harder and more valuable.
Yeah.
And I'm kind of want that to happen, and then I kind of don't want that to happen.
Right.
But if they do, because the 09s they quit minting a lot of coins because of the 08 economical struggles, and the market got flooded with coins.
That's right.
And I'm looking at the same thing happening. The time will only tell.
Another channel the other day, Jeep. The exact thing.
See you. There he is.
Good morning, Phil. Good morning, Jeep. Good morning,
What's up,
Alexander.
What's
How
up,
you doing, Dale? Woke up this morning. California, here we come. Yeah, I was listening to you guys and looking about the quarters. I went to the bank last week, and they were iffy about opening it to the public and getting changed. But I think they're hurting for. I think they're hurting for business. Yeah, well,
they're doing.
You can't order them at all unless you have a business account.
right.
Period. It is
Not for us. I actually do have a business account, but most of the boxes I get, I don't even deal with my business account.
Yeah.
They're just so bored right now that you mainly make an appointment, or you just drive through the drive-through. Hey, I got to deposit 5-6 boxes of quarters. They're
In
like, what?
California, most of our drive-ups are all blocked off. Now there's just an ATM at the drive-up.
And that's really nasty.
Use the drive-through only here, and that's it.
So everybody's that race at the moment.
The cool thing about this, my Chase banks,
It's like a mad marathon.
my Chase bank actually has a window that you can actually put boxes through their drive-through. So when I get halves, I just drive through the drive-through, and we exchange through that box window, which is cool.
Nice.
A lot of banks don't have that.
Yeah.
But Chase, I don't look for new coins. That's when I go get my halves, because and I'm telling you guys, if you want to get into coin rail hunting, the time is now, because people are going to start hurting and start taking all that collecting, and you're going to start finding stuff. Look, PNC box that I got circulated, I never searched those really ever. Right. Because I've been through so many, never really found anything worth anything. Now I'm finding silvers in them. I never find silver ever, and trust me, I've been through a lot of boxes.
Trust me, I know how.
I wish we had the similar system over here, because we have like the clear bags. There's like, so when you get like these, like these here.
Mm-hmm.
There's not, the mystery is kind of like gone. Do you know what I mean? So when you got a coin roll, you still got that mystery and that suspense. Is it going to be there?
Yeah.
To see what I mean? And and I think that finding it like that is more better. Yeah. That's why I enjoy the coin roll hunting quite a lot. I think, because
it's a big business. I mean, look how many streams that you've probably seen that people are selling coin rolls on.
Oh yeah.
I mean, because of this very reason, I know it's not silver, but our commemorative coins are worth more than face value.
Right.
Every single one. And like when I go to buy online, say like from some of the channels I use, and I say I'll pay $10 for a couple of coin rolls and see what I get out of it. It's only a chance. And it's a bit of fun for me. And if I find something, I got an American silver $half coming, and that's the fun. When you've got something like this, you do it over here because of this very reason.
Put it this way, Bill. If your bank stopped USC currency, I would be going and getting boxes just to sit and search through them. Because I love going through it as
exactly. When they come from the bank, they're either sealed or unsealed. So and when I do my coin roll, well, say coin roll hunting for argument's sake, what you see and what I see is exactly what I'm getting out of the bags.
Yeah.
And I guess there's also that temptation that I can go through it and put coins in and take coins out, but I would never do that because there won't be any kind of fun.
Yeah.
In that respect, and so I can't go. My partner will go and get me £100 worth of coins, and then I'll put them here and I'll do the video, and whatever you see is what I'm seeing at that particular moment. And hey, Monty, good to see you. I sent out your package yesterday. Well, my partner did it anyway, so.
No, but half of them, doesn't like that one there, like that athletic one, and that one, Tom Kitten that I'm putting in the surprise tag. They were just found out a change, as in that it's went into my wallet, and I'm like, hold on, and then I went looking through as to see what I had, and then all of a sudden I pulled out Tom Kitten, I pulled out stuff, and I'm like, I put it away, but it's not because it's gone into my collection. I'm like, I don't even have them kind of 50 pence pieces even in a collection. And I'm like, well, the Americans like that. If the Americans like them, well, I might as well put them into like a surprise bag. The only thing is, I can't do the surprise bag for the USA because it's more expensive doing it because I do it international track. Because if I'm sending a parcel, I want somebody to get that. I'm always frightened that they don't receive that as in through normal post. So that's why I put it international tracked, so that I've got a record of that number. Plus, then I send them a record of that number, saying this is the number. Please make sure that thing me as and you check this number up, so that we can watch it going through the system, so that they know that they're actually going to receive it. Because that's what I hate. I hate somebody that's bought off of you, or you've sent them a parcel and they never ever receive it. That's the bit I hate. It's not the fact of the money part of it. It's the part of them getting it and them seeing something different that they haven't got in their collection. But it becomes expensive.
I put tracking on everything, even my giveaways. And that's why being monetized helps, because the money that I get from the being monetized, it helps for my shipping. That's why now that even my giveaways and everything that I do, instead of, a lot of people's like, hey, it's only, U.S. resident only. No, I've opened it internationally. So if you win something, for example, from my stream, you will get it. You'll get it shipped to you. Because, like I said, I take the money that I make off YouTube, super chats and everything like that, and I put it back into my channel, and I'm not going to hold. Is that the Paddington?
No. This coin here is like the Holy Grail.
That's Kew Gardens. That's Kew Gardens. Steele's got golden. That's the Holy Grail. That's the kind of rare, the sort of rarer ones. There's ones that are just expensive, ones that sort of rarer that go up the list.
I thought the Holy Grail was a cup or a chalice, not a coin. Well, somebody needs to go back and tell them Knights Templar.
Everybody's Holy Grail is the coffee cup.
That is not the cup of Christ. It ain't gonna hold no liquid.
What I'm doing is I'm not sectioning anybody out, but I'm trying to get clients that's interested in USA currency, because I have a lot of USA currency because of buying off a Lemonhead penny, buying off a BLK, because as soon as I start as in selling some of that stock, I'll be replenishing it as in again. I'll be going to Joe Durbin or whatever and going to back to the auctions again to get more stuff. But there's no point in getting it if nobody's interested in it. That's the whole thing.
Alexander, you're an angry person.
The next highest coin, what people are after, is the offside rule. Actually, what I'll do, I'll present it. Sorry, I'm not. If I break your cameras, it's not my problem. Come on, work. This is so slow. It's slowing down. There we go. Because I use my phone a lot. I'm using the PC. There we go. It's this one. Now, people are after this coin as well. I don't know, you can't see it very well, but it gives you the offside rule. This is one of the Olympic coins of the 2012 London Olympics, and I've got 5 of those. So lucky me. But as I said to everyone, you know, when you're doing coin roll hunting, you know, it's supposed to be fun.
You want to see a Holy Grail coin?
Yeah, go on then.
I just had to. I just had to open the safe, and yes, it's in bubble wrap.
Oh, so you got some precious bubble wrap, right? It's got MS-70 bubble wrap, guys. First strike. American Silver Eagle.
Yep.
That is
Silver
nice.
Eagle Enhanced Reverse Proof.
Wow.
These
Let
things
them
are
see
Wow.
let them see the reverse it. They'll let them see the reverse
Actually,
it.
Monty was actually really kind enough to send me an amazing package of all types, and he sent me an American Silver Eagle, and I'm over the moon with that. And among with other things as well. So I can't thank him enough. Oh, we are. I better do that, haven't I? Oh, crap. Oh, wow. Hang on a minute. I'll present you again. My computer's running slow, so I apologise. Is there?
That's a gold coin that was sent to me for Christmas by I don't know who, but it's an Irish gold coin because if y'all know, I love my Irish money. Let's see if I can show y'all some of the design on the back.
Oh, look at that. Hello.
It won't focus.
Zoom in. Did you just take that when the camera messes around with you?
Yeah, well, it's the reflection. It's so bright.
That's the Irish harp. It's the
Yeah.
Irish harp.
Yeah, that's from Air, isn't it? It's got air on it.
I think there's only
EIR.
7,000 of these minted.
That's nice. What else you got there?
Safe, guys.
See, a lot of the Irish, that's what happened. Dale, a lot of the Irish come over to Scotland, as in, and they pick stuff up and then they take it back. They take it back to Ireland and resell it in Ireland because it's worth more in Ireland.
I've messed around with it. Let's take that off. Sorry, Jeeps. I've accidentally just. Oh, my computer's messing around. Hang on a minute. My computer's playing up.
He keeps kicking me off screen.
Damn it. Right, let's do this again. Okay, here we go.
This is a St. Gaudens.
Hang on, Alex. We're going to do one at a time. Hang on a second. What's that one? Sorry.
I'm trying to get it for you guys. It's a St. Gaudens flying eagle. Double eagle. That's another gold coin. I got this one for Christmas. Johnny Ray Highway Coin Collector. I know you're not going to be able to see this, but it's an Irish 4-leaf clover gold coin.
So you got a West Point American Eagle.
So yeah, I've been really blessed, and I got more too, but I won't get into those.
Is that the 2007 Monty? Because it goes into my display case. This one.
Yeah, that stuff goes in the safe. Here's another one. I just fell. What's in this bag?
What's that one, Alex? Oh, hang on a minute.
Another gold coin.
That's 1962 Ireland. 1962 Ireland.
Another gold coin that I have.
With a rabbit. It's got got a rabbit on it.
The last one will probably be a giveaway item. It's another guns. It's another little gold coin that'll probably be a giveaway item eventually.
Oh yes.
But yeah, that's some of my stuff.
This is what Monty sent me, Jeeps. Of one of many. And I'll tell you, I'm forever grateful. Sorry, Hector. Yeah, I'll just present this. I absolutely love this. American Silver Eagle box. It's a lovely box.
Mm-hmm.
So this is a West Point Eagle.
You know, I'm about the West Point.
Pretty cool. 2017. You probably know all this anyway. I don't know. Do you know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Sort of like taking the stuck eggs, really, isn't it? It's like, look at this. I've got the American Silver Eagle.
I have one other American Silver Eagle. I don't usually collect them, but the last one was like we broke the internet trying to get those. That was the lowest mintage of them. The in silver enhanced reverse proof, the S ones. They only made 30,000 of them. So you know
that was the one they
those
did
are selling for like,
wasn't it?
Like if you get like a top tenner and with the signature, you're looking at $30,000, $40,000, $50,000 that one coin.
Jeez, that's just crazy. I
ended up with.
I was on Mobile Coins stream yesterday. You got two of them.
Well, Dodger tried to get one and he didn't get one, but for Christmas I ended up giving him one of them.
Wow.
That's pretty cool of you. That's present. I mean, I've been given so much great stuff from everyone, you know, and it's all cherished. It's all cherished, and it's like the gifts are up there. Some of them are here, and but I was in because I love Roman coins. Love collecting Roman coins, and
me and you can talk. I love King Romans.
Yeah. And I got quite a few. I got a few more up there. I've got to find out and research because I love research myself. But I'm quite lucky because where I live is from a Roman settlement.
Yeah.
So I go up to the museum, and if I can't find it, I go up there, or I got the books and everything. If I can't find it in a book, or it looks similar, because what I was trying to say yesterday to Larry. In some parts of the Roman Empire, there were four emperors, sometimes two, because of the vastness of it, and they used to fight amongst themselves and everything. And so, if you get an emperor at some point, you may have two emperors at some point. And there was a lots of Constantines and Augustus. That's just a normal coin. But yeah, I got one here, which I actually love, which is Claudius or Nero. They're not quite sure which coin it actually is. I'll try and get it out because I tape them down. I should really put these in flips really, and then because I said to Larry, I goes, you got to go. By the size as well, and that also gives you a good definition of what a coin is. Because the Romans were very clever. I don't know if I'm going to actually see this on here because I'll try and present myself again. Oh God, I hate doing this. So this is silver itself as well. So pretty.
Well, I've been studying on how to make ancient coins, and I'm gonna reproduce them.
Yeah, I got Probus, Marcus Aurelius, Tiberius, Constantinus, Dauphinus, and this one here. This one's quite scarce, this one. This is Constantine I, this one. This is an amazing coin.
Well, I'm interested in coins, like ancient coins between 100 and 500 BC, and it got to be Celtic or Gaulish.
Oh, Celtic. Yeah, I love Celtic coins.
Well, that's my passion in collecting as far as foreign money goes. Phil actually hooked me up for my first Irish this past Christmas. I was so stoked to get those.
The old Celtics. You're talking, they're probably $5,000 upwards.
Yeah, I'm more of a, well, see, that's what I do. I do immerse living history, and my time period is Iron Age Celts. We actually have a certain place that we reenact from, which is Ime Maka. It's the Latine era. I mean, I love it. I love the artwork. I love the history, the mythology behind it. Oh my God, the stories.
Yeah.
The Latine, the Red Branch. Oh my God, I love it. Of course, our enemies are.
That's what I like about coins, because every coin has got its story.
Yeah.
And that's why, like you have a proof set and it's just coming from the manufacturer straight to your hand.
Mm-hmm.
And when coins got like a dent or a nick in it, it's got a character. And to me, that's what I like, and something that's been, around nearly 2,000 years or older. It's crazy. It's almost as old as me.
Did you ever make the stream when I was showing the rings that I had? Like they look like rings, and that's kind of what they was, but that was coins. They were actually coin rings. The loosest term that I can use. And they were actually from my time period. They were archaeological finds. They were actually dug up. I bought them from a dealer who deals in antiquities. Like the fibulas, which you probably know what a fibula is if you know what about Roman coinage and stuff. It's like the cloak pins and stuff. Well,
that's what little boots.
The ancient Celts wore fibulas, and they wore their wealth on them. So you have really the gold ones, the silver ones, the bronze ones, the copper. You have, and they wore their wealth on them. Well,
yes,
I actually bought those, even the rings themselves, and I actually give them to my people who we do reenact this. We do immerse living history, and we actually reuse those again. So we wear those again. Archaeological digs, instead of putting in a curio cabinet, we actually repurpose and reuse these things the same way they were used back then. That's the cool thing about what I do. So I had a couple ladies that were in my tribe, and one of them made me.
I was really goodbye. Sorry, Jeeps. Just saying goodbye to Platinum. It's really nice to actually see you, and I will hope to see you again. And I'll catch up with your channel, I promise. Now I got another 12 weeks. I got plenty of time to catch up with everyone's channel. I've been meaning to, and I really appreciate you stopping by. And I can't thank you guys enough. And sorry, so you do reenactment?
Yes. Yeah, I do.
Centurion?
I actually sword fight and everything. I mean, it's a full combat sport. So, immersed living history is like we make our own clothes. We have our weighted looms. We actually we do everything from scratch. We have blacksmiths. We have armor maker. They do everything. And I've taken it for myself. I've been learning how to make ancient coinage, and I'm actually going to make in the style that we know of from research, archaeological digs, and finds. And I'm going to be making coins for our tribe.
Did they use like it was like a tube, and when they put say like an anvil, and the Romans knew how many coins were cut out from a silver, say like a square planchette, if you want to call it that.
Well,
and then you would hammer down onto two dies, so it struck at the same time.
Mm-hmm.
And then
the way
like that, isn't it?
From archaeological digs and finds, as far as like I said, I'm on the Celtic aspect of it, And Romans,
Yeah.
as far as people who still, when they conquer, they're just like the Catholic Church, for example, incorporating pagan holidays in their own to help the transition. So no, the best way to describe the way, because ancient coinage, they were amazed how the accuracy of the weight was so, like, there wasn't very of a difference between their coinage of how they struck. Basically, what you would do, you would have a blacksmith, which I have one, and we're working on it. You would get a flat piece of iron, and you would divot and make little divots all in this, and you would fill it up, and you would weigh out so much sand, and you would pour in there to make sure it fit. And that's how they got the consistency and make sure each divot had the same amount. So when you go to pour, you would just pour in those divots, and that's where you created your planches. So you had a bubble coin. That's why some of your coins that you find, ancient coins wise, are actually bowed in the middle. So what you do is you get your planches, you make them, so you got a bunch of blank planches. So, like we do, you pump out planches, then you put it into the press. So what they do is you make your bottom die. What they usually do is take a huge stump, reinforce it with rings around the stump so they don't split. They put a hole in the middle of it, and they put their die, the bottom die, or obverse or reverse or whatever in the bottom, and they would hold it in the stump. Then on the top part, on the striking die, basically, they would take antler and put that die inside of antler, reinforce it with leather and everything else, and one person would hold it. You have one person actually heating that planchet up in a forge to where it's almost pliable, pliable, but not melting. They would, as soon as they get it to that temperature, they put it on the die. One guy holds it, and another guy is behind him and hammers it. And so,
a bit like a riveting kind of play.
Yep.
Like
so.
Riveting.
Yeah, and that's just kind of the short version of actually how they did it. And they've actually found sites for many sites that's been dug up in the research, and they found this equipment. They found old dies and all this other stuff because in the Roman, as far as even the Romans, there was people always going in, going out, getting killed, new emperor coming in. So they always had coinage changeovers. So what you do with the old dies, is getting buried or getting lost in the shop, and in time is just, took it in the ground. But
Opportunities, Knox is asking a question about if ancient coins were restruck after the conquering.
Yes, they were.
Yeah.
Well, specific to...
You don't want to have your predecessors face around.
Yeah. Speaking of the Spanish that conquered Mexico and Cuba and Dominican Republic and all the Spanish lands of South America, I can remember reading my history books from the Spanish books that my mom had from her hometown. They would say that the pieces of 8 was Spanish derivative. Even the gold that was taken from the Aztecs and the Maztecs and the Ishmaels, all of those different tribes, they would make the lines in the sand and they would pour the gold into the silver. And most Indians and tribes of Mexico considered opals and rubies as decoration, not of any value.
Yeah.
So they couldn't figure out why this man who comes from the East wants all this stuff. And they thought it was just, like beads, it's regular rocks. Later on in the history, during the Mexican Revolution, when Pancho Villa was going into Columbus, New Mexico, and raiding across the border, a lot of the money that was taken was remelted into each state. Each state had their own gold coins. So when they had American taken gold, same thing as the gold taken from Mexican silver mines, all the gold mines, they would take them back to the United States and restamp them into American either silver bars, gold bars, or coinage.
Yeah.
I'll tell you what I do have here, which you might find interesting. I have a pirate coin. And I'll try and present myself again.
Do you know
about kicking time?
Do you know the Atocha?
I need to stream out, so forgive me.
There was a ship that sank off the coast of Florida, and Fisher was the diving salvage guy who picked up almost $1 billion worth of silver, gold, and I forget what else. I mean, I took my son when he was only like 6 or 7 years old to buy a musket ball, and it was $25 just for the musket ball.
That's
And
beautiful.
it's just. But
That's
This
why.
cob here,
17th
this
century.
cob here. I'm sorry. Go on, carry on. So I need to go and find something anyway because I got some information on this.
Okay,
Um,
but I'm into
apologize.
the pirates part of it, the Spanish, the Dutch, the Portuguese. But I haven't gotten that far yet. That's down the line more. But right now,
Well,
I'm doing American coins.
the American quarter last year. That's why I love the San Antonio Missions quarter.
Mm.
That is my favorite quarter by far that was released, especially the West Points. That's my favorite one, is because of the big cross in the middle that gives you that piratey feel. That
Mhm.
that's why I absolutely love it, because you look at it, you get kind of nostalgic.
Pieces of 8.
Yeah. So I have I have rows of those from last year that are West Points, and I keep in my safe. And it's like my pirate treasure.
Yeah,
Oh,
I grew up with Arrow Flynn. The old fashioned when they did Pirates of the Caribbean and National Treasure with Nick Cage. Those are the kind of themes I like because it's history built on past history, and it continues to this day that it still fits.
Yeah.
yeah, I
That's
love
just
it.
awesome. And me being a teacher and I go into classrooms,
That's my partner,
sometimes
she knows all that.
history. American history is one of my favorites right now.
Well, I love world history,
Mhm.
American history. Like my dad's a huge American history buff, Civil War and stuff like that, Revolutionary War. I never was into that time aspect, because you gotta understand, when I grew up, I'm with my friends were already out of high school. I'm like 8 or 9 years old, and they did sword fighting and fantasy. So these are the guys I looked up to. So I never really got into U.S. history, and I still don't. I mean, but world history, ancient history. Oh my God!
Oh, I went to a school that was mostly academic, and I hate to say this because it was, basically you learned everything. I mean, Latin, I had to learn Latin when I was in 3rd grade, just because I was an altar boy, but it fit into going into reading, like old texts from like Canterbury Tales, and got some boxes there already, huh? And just the history of everything that's why my channel name is Hector's Interests and in Coins. That's what it should have been. But somehow I messed up on it and I left it there and didn't really notice it until, weeks later. So I left it that way.
Yeah, I like. Well, that's the cool thing about coins, man. It's so much history, and some opportunity even said it in chat a while ago when I actually looked at chat and read it. Our country is so young compared to everybody else. It's not even funny. So we don't have that. We have the nostalgia. I mean, U.S. coin collecting is absolutely huge, but dude, I would, if I was over like where Dell was at, even Alexander, I would be breaking so many laws with metal detectors. It would not be funny.
And I was just thinking, wasn't there a big Roman find in Sheffield or someplace that it was a large cache of?
Oh, you're talking about the Saxon Hoard?
The Saxon Hoard, yeah. Was that in Sheffield or what was that?
There was one in the paper just the other couple of days ago. It's actually on the email on the internet now. There was a woman and she found a 500-year-old coin, as in it's worth something like extortionate money, as in I think it was in the Daily Record. I think the Daily Record actually reported it.
Even Dale, even if I had a basement over there, I don't even know if y'all have cellars or basements or whatever. I'd be in the basement with a metal detector checking out people's basements because it's buried. They did to dig it up.
Where Zoe's from? She's from actually the Black Country, which is like Dudley and all that. So that's where they filmed Peaky Blinders. So she's from the actual Black Country area. So, and if you ever spoke to her, she actually got the Dudley accent or the Black Country accent. She's not Brummie. And when she came down to here, because we got so many ancient, prehistoric, I would not say prehistoric, but Bronze Age castles stuff, right? I drove her inside a castle, and she goes, where is it then? I goes, it's here. I goes, you can see it. You can see the old banks, the embankments, and we've got quite a lot of them around here. Crop circles, Stonehenge, the oldest city in England for Roman, which is Cirencester, and all that.
Dudley.
And I don't know what that sounds like, Alex. But that's all right.
You know, I've got an auntie that's actually, she was originally from Scotland. She ended up becoming a Brummie, and she actually speaks as in the Brummie accent, our Agnes, and her daughter actually, Pauline, is Stingray. She's from Birmingham, but she's actually half She's like half Muslim, as in half white. So basically, they've got the accent as well, and that's what they actually make fun of the Dudley law, as in, because they're sort of the other end of Birmingham.
Hey, Jeep, Dale, and Andrew, talk about history. You know that the salsa we have in the United States called Cholula?
Yes.
CHOLULU, Cholula. Did you know that's the actual city that's been established 800 BC in Mexico City, and it's continuously been inhabited since 800 BC? So I would like to go back there and do the same thing, like you said. I mean, if you're looking at 3,000-year-old city in Mexico, in Cholula, can you imagine the houses that are built on top of each other that have been there for 3,000 years? You don't think I would go? You don't think I would go there and start going like this to every house I went to? And I did it because I used this. I used this phone, and I said, "Where's Cholula anyway?" So I looked it up, and that's where I got the history from it. I was at a restaurant, and it's 3,000 years old. I'm going, and it's been continuously inhabited since then, just like in England has, the 3,000, 4,000 year history of Roman occupation. It's buried underneath.
We won't talk about English and the British. We don't like them people.
Well,
they treat the world like
out in 1776.
Something? I agree with you as an indigenous person.
It's like all these people like, yeah, I like British rule. It's like, oh, you do what we do.
No, I know it because when I was in high school, I remember the RIA and the Catholics versus the Protestants back in the 70s when I was in high school. It was terrible.
Oh,
I mean, I feel sorry for just the people on both sides because I was telling the Catholics, you're idiots, and I was saying the same thing to the other because, when you're 15 years old, you don't have a perspective. Why are they fighting? And you see this every day on TV, and you say, okay, they're right. Okay, he's right. No, he's right. No. And then you can't take sides because what they're doing to each other was terrible. And when you're 15 years old, you don't understand the politics. You just don't know why.
That's the thing with politics. No matter what side you're on, no one's going to be wrong. That's the thing. That's why I don't like it.
I've always been. See, my ancestry is Irish, Scottish. So, I've always streamed more to the Irish side than anything. So, I love, Easter Rising and all that stuff. I look at that, the footage. Even down to the potato famine where they were taking all the food. Oh my God.
Well, my wife is a Cherokee. Her grandmother was full-blooded Cherokee. And we have letters from the 1850s and 1830s and the Trail of Tears and all that. And, you talk about that on that side of the family, it's like, ooh, you don't mess.
Yeah. It's just like there's a lot of things that I see in Irish history and stuff like that. America history is absolutely horrible, but it's history. We got to learn. We got, it's like, I get upset when they start tearing down statues and everything. I'm like, look, that's history. We got to learn from it. We don't want to forget about it.
Regardless of what it is still history and made us what it is. And,
well, it's just like my dad's brothers and my dad. Two went to the Philippines, my dad and my uncle Isidore. And then my uncle Ezekiel, he went and fought in Europe. He started in England. Then went, into as a medical corpsman. And my grandfather was denied American citizenship. I mean, that's kind of the history that we were, and he was a draftee in World War I. So a lot of things that come up, it's that side of the story, it hasn't been told. It's good that we say both sides of the story, and then you make your decision.
Yeah, my family is Asian.
Yeah, I know. I remember. Yeah.
The victors have the chance to win, to write the history. You don't see the losers writing the history, do you?
Exactly.
That was a question I was going to ask you last time, Jeep. Can you recommend a world coin book?
Ooh, let's see here. I know, the people who make the Red Book, they also make a world coin book.
Okay, but I'm talking about more of a historical side, like from Mesopotamia and Ethiopia and going through Europe and China, and
that'll be a special.
That actually goes for Celtic to Roman coins, as in it tells you there's all maps and all that in it where there were certain coins found and all that carry on, and that's the book that's a book of England. So it's like ding me, that's like for Celtic, that goes for looking for Celtic, then it goes Romans, and then it goes right on, but it goes right up to as in Queen Elizabeth II, that book, it goes up to, and I found that that's where I got it from. But that's pre-decimal. It's called pre-decimalization.
I didn't get that, G. What did you say?
I said I don't want to talk about the Queen because I'm tired of seeing her in all these coins.
Well, she's only on 80 countries.
It's funny you say that, because in Mexico they don't put the person's face as heads up. It's the Mexican seal. It's the heads. I didn't know that until about a couple of years ago. Why they do it that way? The obverse being the seal in Mexico.
It's round.
Yeah.
Oh right.
That was so strange.
I would rather have the Queenie on the front of the coin than Charles.
Oh, of course.
They look like you know what I mean?
That'd be the Somalian elephant coin.
Whatever you do, don't mention the word Charles to my wife. She does not like him at all.
So it would be like us with the Trump coin, or we would have to dye our coins orange. Look, this is the good thing about, we can talk about, look, I'm a Trump supporter, believe it or not, but I love a joke as a joke. I don't care. I make fun of the Queen and everything, but one of the things when I was growing up and, sword fighting and things like that, I was actually trying to do research how to become knighted. And stuff like that, because that would be cool.
In England, you can actually buy a lordship and a ladyship.
Because I was watching what's those shows like Pawn Stars and everything. I was watching a program. They were going to different pawn shops, and there was this one pawn store that one guy sold his rights, so you can actually go there and buy the certificate to make you a lord. Yeah. I'm like, lord, yeah. If that's possible.
But does that mean you become a citizen also of Britain, or whatever area that?
Have your own coat of arms, basically. And
okay.
It doesn't give you any right to land or anything. It just gives you a title that you
by the star in the constellation.
I would love. That would be cool. That would be freaking awesome.
Well,
but there is some hopes.
There is Spanish. See, my favorite movie of all time about the Crusades and all that was
Yeah.
El Cid with Charlton Heston when he played El Cid.
Oh yeah, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
If
I love that.
oh, I always wanted to get an armor suit like that, just built like the way his was, with the swords and everything.
Armor?
Huh?
I'll show y'all some of my armor.
Hey, when you do, you got it with you?
Yeah.
I mean, not that you have to go anything special out of your way to do that, though.
I'll walk downstairs. Actually, my spear and shield is up here, but we'll walk down. I have a 4-bedroom house, and every room has got something, a theme. We're gonna go to my arts and craft room.
Okay.
So,
Now, is this made from the meats that you have gone to, or made your own, or how?
no, this is come on. I'm reenactment. We make our own.
That's I never been to one. I've seen them on TV. I see them in the parks in Fresno.
So mostly that you see on the floor in this room is armor pieces and stuff like that. What I use, arts and crafts. I have a table out of here because guess what? I do sell myself. Here is my chest I got laid out, and guys, this thing is heavy. This is the real deal. These are 4x1 plates, lamellar, bronze plate. They're fluted. If you see that line down the middle, if they're fluted, it gives them more strength. This is all weaved together.
Yeah, the same thing with panels on the floor when we do our cars. We do the same thing to give more strength.
You see, everything is all tech.
Stanley Diggs. Now, there's a guy is in history itself. Is Mr. Stanley Diggs.
So
the
time period that I do is we're cattle lords, we're cattle people. So I incorporated.
Really nice to see you. And thank you for everything. Get your package soon, and also keep well and safe. And hope you had a great Easter. And appreciate whatever you've done, everything you've done for me. And thanks so much. I'm going to cherish everything. This will be in my display case forever.
Is that a complete armor?
No,
the chest piece. The chest piece.
This is my chest piece. We'll show you. I'll show you the rest. But being cattle people and horse people and stuff like that, I actually incorporate. This is actually horse tack that I use for my shoulders. So I really wanted to incorporate. So I went to a horse tack store and got horse tack and incorporated it into my armor. But this is really heavy. It takes a beat. It's really good. Now we'll come over here. It's not lidded really well.
Your shin and knee protective.
This is I don't wear shin guards actually. This is thighs.
Okay.
And these are the wings and stuff like you would use. And this is all steel. These are your knees. And so those are those two pieces. My helm is actually upstairs, and I'll show you. I'll walk upstairs. These are my my forearms and my elbows. And this is actually hard leather that I did. These actually went all the way up to my shoulders, and I had shoulder guards. But after fighting so much, I was like, I just cut off pieces and just covered up the vital joints. But these usually don't show. I actually put my clothing over these because these are not the period I represent. And so they get so cumbersome once in a while. I switched over to Kydex. So now I have Kydex knees and legs. So that's what I use there. Now, when I fight polearm, I have to wear full hand gauntlets. So these are steel gauntlets that I wear. So I have to wear those. And what I'll do is I'll put gloves inside. I have straps that I've riveted in so I can articulate and open and close. So that's some pieces of armor. This over here like I said, my room's a mess. These are actually shoulder pieces that I cut off and I don't use no more. They actually attached to my arms. They were full arms, but I don't do that. This is my neck piece. Let me get to that. This is my neck piece. It's hard boiled leather. So I attach it around my neck, and I actually inserted some foam inserts because, you know, you want, I'm sorry about the phone, but I put foam insert to a little bit more comfortable. But yeah, so this is, like I said, this is full combat, and I'll show you the weapon that I use. Here's one right here. Full steel basket hilt. Now I'll explain the tape and everything on them here in a minute. Let me get in the light. So basically, it's silver, and you see the black line that represents an edge. Now this is solid rattan, guys. This is like a baseball bat. The reason I have a red tip at the end is because it's a thrust weapon too. So there's actually some foam padding actually in that, but it's really hard. You really can't push it in, but that's why it's a stabbing. But you swing this like a baseball bat. Let's see here. What else? My desk is a mess. I do a lot of work down here as far as leather working, woodworking, and things like that.
Is that one of your 4 bedrooms, or is this 4 meters above and that's a basement?
This is I got a full finished basement.
Okay.
And like I said, it's 4 bedrooms and all that. Actually, downstairs is bigger than my upstairs. And I got a kitchen down here, full living room, another bathroom, but my cats live down here. We don't even have anything. But let's see here. But that's some of my armor pieces. I'll have to walk upstairs and I'll show you my shield, my spear, and things of that sort.
One of my friends, his name's Bruce. He's Japanese. His grandmother lived to 106, and she came from an era that she was like one of the maids to one of the shoguns or samurai or whatever lords they were. And she was telling me that she would clean armor that was like 200, 300 years old that was samurai. And
I love the armor because most of it was paper.
Yeah. And I was going to say, the chess piece that she showed, there was one that I remember seeing pictures of that she had in her possession, and it looked just like that, just about the same. Yeah,
the scale armor and stuff that they use, because like I said, I love learning stuff, and I got little bits of everything. But it was paper armor folded and folded and folded. And they were showing arrows going against them and stuff. That was like how durable that stuff really was.
Well, even the movie The Last Samurai with, and I'm not a Tom Cruise fan.
Yeah.
I know. But I liked the guy that he was working with. I forgot his. When I see movies, I enjoy the movie. I don't keep names. I don't. I look at things and see if it works out that it's true. Ooh, that's scary.
It's sharp too.
It's a spear, right?
Yep. And here's my shield that was made. It's his hand painted emblem. It's Kalak, means boar in Irish Celtic. And this is the Triskelly. This is a T6 aircraft aluminum wrapped. This is actually leather that I stretched over it. And of course, you got your pummel right now.
I used to call them pummels.
So basically, the good thing about shields like this is you're not strapped in, so you actually hold it with one hand. That gives you full range of motion in, out, and everything else like that. If it's strapped to your arm, you're limited in your motion and everything that you can do.
Right, because your forearm's only swinging in and out.
Yep. Here's my helmet.
Andrew, you know who El Cid was in Spain?
This is not light either.
I was gonna say, do you work out in order to keep that weight lighter?
Once you get it on, it's a different story.
Okay.
But the one thing about when you fight, hydration.
Yeah. Just like football.
Yeah. But no, it's very exhausting. There's an event in Pennsylvania that goes on once a year. Actually, the 50th anniversary is going to be coming up next year, I believe.
Mm-hmm.
This also actually started in California. And the history of this big organization that I'm a part of. But it's people from all over the world come to this. We're talking thousands upon thousands on the battlefield in epic war. It's insane. And but guys, I talk a lot about the fighting, and I show you armor, but every day is a history class. They have classes every day. If you want to learn about sex in the ancient times, they got the classes on it. If you want to learn how to blacksmith, sewing, anything, you name it, candle making, ballroom dancing, because the organization I'm a part goes from the Renaissance era back. So you have Vikings walking around, pirates, and but my group is very special because we're one of the only ones who actually we're really looked up to because we do actual immerse living history. When you come in our campground, you don't see Coleman coolers, you don't see, radios going. No, we live, and everything that we do, is hand built, and we do from archaeological finds and digs. Even our clothes are handmade.
Yeah, so when you mentioned California to see about the festivals, and I'm looking, I didn't know there's one a month. There was one in Long Beach last month, the Sonora, Bakersfield, Fremont, Woodland, Costa Mesa, Weaverville, Plymouth, Sierra Nevada, San Diego, Monterey Island. Ooh, Monterey.
I'm back.
So there's a lot of organization that I'm a part of, and my name of my group is Ring Tribe, or Tuatha De Fanya.
Hi, Alison.
Tuatha De Fanya?
Yeah.
Did I say it right?
Yeah.
Cool.
That's great. And
it helps that I speak 3 languages.
So, we're well known because we really embrace, and in our group, we're in this period of what we do. It's a small window, right, of what we reenact. Like some groups, like I said, you got Vikings, pirates, and all kinds of stuff in one group,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
We actually do research, study, and everything. We have archaeologists in our group,
see you.
doctors, lawyers. I mean, we have people who really immerse. It's just a full-time job sometimes of just doing research on what clothes to wear. It's insane.
Yeah. Have you seen that YouTube channel where they do this designer, and then they do historically accurate clothing and what they would wear from their hats down to the very shoes and undergarments.
Like the world famous birch bark hat. We learned how to make hats from birch bark. Birch tree. You know, birches. You can make hats out of the birch.
Do you guys do roundhouses also in Celtic form?
We're actually going to be building on some private land. We're actually our master Ren Ravenfell, which is our chieftain, which is like a really old friend of mine. He has been to Europe and Ireland, and he spent a couple years over there studying the design and makeup of roundhouses. So we're actually
that would be cool
here.
That would be cool.
So we actually one of our members,
mud hut. Proper mud house.
Well, it's so cool. Stabs woven into each other, and then it was layered.
Yeah, it's got to be layered up.
Because
we're actually in the process of building an ancient Celtic chariot right now, a real one.
Celtics had chariots?
Yes.
Really, I didn't know that.
Yeah. So we actually one of the people. Well, I'm in Kentucky. You know, the bluegrass state. We're all about horses. The lady who's letting us do that, she's a member of our group, and she has a huge horse farm in Lexington, Kentucky.
Hi, Rich.
Thoroughbred capital of the world. And so she's actually training 2 horses right now to pull our chariot.
Oh, wow.
And this is all, and we're doing it all from archaeological digs and finds because they found whole chariots buried.
I'm looking at pictures right now of it.
Yeah. And so we're trying to figure out, get the design. The cool thing about a good museum, they give you the dimensions, the measurements, the materials, they loot everything. They list all that stuff. So we know what to pull from.
Yes,
It's
collect
not-
ancient coins.
And it really does help to have an archaeologist in our group who knows people to help us out to be able to point us in the right
Actually,
direction.
just
Dale, how far is Yorkshire, England from you?
sorry.
Yorkshire, if I'm pronouncing it correctly, I hope.
Wiltshire, that's north. I'm in Wiltshire, so I'm in the southwest. So that's north. That's northeast.
They said that,
Yes, we do.
they,
So we're talking about 3 hours away, maybe 3 or
It
4
says-
hours, depending on.
it says here that according to Smart News, in 2018, archaeologists unearthed a Celtic warrior grave complete with chariot and an elaborate shield.
Yep.
Yeah, I've heard of that. Yes.
I'm sorry, 2019, just last December.
Yep.
2019,
That's what
Yeah.
gave us
So,
the
yeah.
idea to start doing this.
2019.
Have you seen the shield? I'm looking at the
I
shield
haven't
right now.
actually seen that, but I've heard it's
It's massive.
pretty cool.
That's my alarm going off on my phone. Sorry. If you guys can hear it.
So,
Yes,
since you're in Europe, there's a
Yay, those are
the place
Good
that
to see
we
you.
pull our people from, our stories and everything is we actually use a certain location is where we go. It's a place called Emain-Monka.
Just another earthquake. So do you guys have any Royal Mounted Police coin that doesn't have the Queen on it? No.
Earthquake. Ooh.
Impotent Whopper,
So,
PM Burger.
Jeep, so in building the Ron House, is that built for just the chieftain and they have other types of dwellings?
No,
Or
it's-
is it a community, like a large community housing?
It can be a number of things, but it's usually a gathering hall and it's a communities hall. The bigger the roundhouse, the more people it housed.
Okay.
Of course, like anything, the bigger it is, the more wealth you show, the more power you show.
Yeah.
And a tribe will, as you gotta understand, it's one family. You know what I'm saying? It's one group. So it all depends what the women want.
With the women.
No, I'm serious. One of our sayings is when you fight the Celts and you really piss us off, we send the women in.
It's almost like the Haka war dance where women said you can fight the men, but you want to fight the women.
Yeah, you don't want to fight the women. That's ours because
What happened with Boudica? When I can't remember the Roman emperor, but kind of went against his word, and she kicked ass, and she was only she only got caught because her followers basically threw her under a bus, basically, in a nutshell, and she got hung, drawn, and drawn and quartered. But yeah, Boudica was royalty.
yeah,
Okay, let me understand. When you said drawn and quartered, is that where they tied you up and pulled you apart?
no,
What does that mean? What does that mean?
They will hang you until you're virtually dead,
Huh.
and they will let you go, and then they would draw out all your organs until you basically bled to death, and then they would
Yep.
they would cauterize you and cut you in pieces, hung, drawn, and then quartered.
So the best place to watch and learn about that is Braveheart.
Oh, okay.
yes.
That's drawn and
The
quartered.
last person to be done by that by historic records is Guy Fawkes.
Yeah.
Well, in the ancient times of my ancestry, you would just take out the heart. and you gave yourself willingly to give your heart up for the tribe as a captured warrior. I thought that was kind of like different thinking in those days.
It's one way of putting your heart into it, isn't it?
Well, he put his heart into it. Sorry, bad pun.
Well-
You're all heart.
The cool thing about like what we do is we were actually very peaceful people, but we
Keep going,
had
Alex.
warriors.
I need to sort something
We
out. I
were-
just got to hang me up an email for a company. I need to go and sort it out because I don't think I'll get what I want. As in the way I'm wording it is probably they'll not understand exactly what I'm up to or what I'm after. I've been waiting
All
for
right,
the time with the email.
Well, hopefully you'll still be here if we're still on. I'll probably be on for about another half hour or so. So if you're here, you're here.
It's
And it's-
my stream up here in a minute.
Nice to see you guys.
when you online, Jeeps, when you
Huh?
going on, when are you going on live?
I usually go on right at 10, so I got about 6 more minutes.
Yeah, and I start breakfast at 7, and it's like 5 till right now, so I'm gonna get going too myself.
Okay, I'll end the stream
All right,
then,
Dale.
and come on to you. So
Cool,
That'd
well,
be
it
pretty
is
cool.
great seeing you, buddy. Hector, it's always a pleasure. Alexander, if you're still on here.
Same here. Hey, when you do do that roundhouse, I like to see pictures of it.
Oh,
Or
Yeah,
we'll
definitely.
be documenting everything, even the full build of the.
I was gonna say-
schedule.
Yeah, because in my it's funny because I'm a Heinz 57. There's even Irish and English in my background from the Indian side of the family. So, but we just say, hey, we're just Americans. That's it. It makes it easier
Well,
for us.
you know, I understand the Cherokee aspect too, because it's, believe it or not, some of my family, like my mother's side, which is my Irish side, is Hensley. They're some of the first settlers in the state of Kentucky, actually. And we actually have a state park after us.
My wife's
And
family is from Georgia.
we have a lot of Cherokee ancestry in our family.
Alison's come up with a
Well,
good question.
if you saw my wife and you saw her father and her dad, native all the way.
Yeah. All right, guys. Hey, Cool World, thanks for having me up here, buddy. It's always a pleasure talking to you as always.
It's an honor.
It's a
It's a pleasure. Thank you. I really
Pleasure for me too, Dale.
Thank you. I appreciate everything you do. Fantastic. And thank you guys. And love you both.
I want
Just
to
be safe. I'll be on the stream in a second.
be safe,
And,
guys. Be safe. See you later. Bye bye.
I'm going to answer Alison's question. Does it have on the front of the coin? Does it have like King Louis III or King Louis II? Does that have any kind of inscription? Because if you put that into Google, I'm pretty sure that will give you a best results. And some of the websites, if you want a friendly website, is Enimister, NCG Coins. There's all coin values. Obviously, look for images. There is an imaging app, but I can't remember what that's called. Yeah, Google search him is another good one. But I'm going to end the broadcast now, guys. And I'd like to say thank you to everyone who's come in and said hello. And you guys are fantastic. Anyway, look after yourselves. Be safe. And I will see you guys. I might do another hour stream tomorrow. And have a great week.